Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Open Field Podcast. We are back at it again, and we are reacting and talking about the recent game that took place between the Eagles and the Packers. Another fantastic game to start the NFL season. It was down to the wire, very close game, very high scoring, a lot of slipping, a lot of trolling, lots to talk about. We'll talk about the pros and cons for both teams and the performances. But initial reactions from everybody here. How are we feeling about this game?
Let me start off by saying the NFL is trolling. Uh, they're money hungry because the fact that you guys didn't have a field set up for them is kind of embarrassing, man. Gotta be honest with you. Like that is not something that you I don't know. You just did due diligence to make sure they had a proper field to play on because stuff like that is how ACLs get torn, how ankles get twisted. Like it wasn't the greatest football field. But other than that, hell of a game. Get twisted. Like it just hell of a game.
Hell of a game. I definitely agree. Hell of a game as well. What about the rest of y'all? Initial reactions to this game?
I definitely feel like that. I don't know if it's Jalen Hurts or the head coach for the Eagles, but they lost an edge, bro. They're not the same team that they were. They're not that same edgy team that everybody was afraid of or worried about, or like God look over your shoulder when you play them. Like they not that same team. Without, I don't know what's
We talking about
missing.
the defense.
I'm just talking about the team overall, bro. Like they got more talent than they ever had, and they look like they let the Packers respectfully. The Packers look good, but they marched down the field on drives, bro. Like it was Pat Mahomes and the guys. Like they really let Green Bay come in and do what they wanted to, when it was really just Jordan Love and company.
Few things I disagree there, but let's get everybody's initial opinions. Michael, Mo.
Uh, I thought it was a really good game. After we kind of learned the conditions on the field, I think a lot of the drops were expected. I think Jordan Love played pretty well, and like his stat line's misleading because he got that one touchdown taken back. And there was a lot of plays that I feel like he could have connected that just didn't end up happening because the receivers were dropping him. But he did throw that really bad pick. But I just want to come back to like the one thing I didn't understand from the Philly was when you get backed up in that position and you make like that was a bad pass. The first pick from Jalen was bad, but I don't understand why you're doing that there. Like, why aren't you just like if honestly for me, like if I knew the field was already slippery, like there's no reason why I should be doing a deep, like having my quarterback go on a deep drop, trying to hit something deep down the middle there. Just run the ball and get out of that and then just punt it. But I think that really like stopped them from taking advantage of this game. And then I feel like at the end, like Jalen played well, but at the end, it's just a couple turnover-worthy plays that kind of scare me. But overall, I thought Philly as a whole looked pretty good. The D tackles started off well, then it was a little bit inconsistent towards the end. But I mean, the running game looked really solid, especially with the circumstances of the field and everything. So
I'm
yeah.
with Solo Wayne. Packers should have been up big, man. They actually did their job in a lot of ways defensively, and Joe Love kind of didn't capitalize. Got Josh Jacobs going late. But Mo, what you taking?
I can definitely agree with Mike. I think that this game wasn't properly prepped for the players. The dirt was out of control and stuff like that. The field was out of control when it came to the soil level and stuff like that. But other than that, I think Jalen Hurts has some things to work on still as a quarterback. But overall, I think Philly did pretty good tonight. Um, yeah.
Um, to kind of start off, since let's start off by talking about the winners. Talking about some of the pros and cons from the winners, of course. There's a few things that you guys said that I'm not totally on board with, especially since it's the first game of the season. Do I think Jalen Hurts had the greatest game? No. I think I have a lot of issues with how Jalen Hurts played that game, but there is positives, of course. He's a strong runner. That's always something. to say, of course, how he sometimes, especially when they were running it through Saquon, he was making the correct quick passes, taking his check down, taking what the defense is giving you. And then there's other times where Jalen Hurts was just throwing the ball just cuz, and it was very frustrating to see. Like you said, the one in the red zone where he just threw it up to AJ Brown, the one where it was like a fake screen and he threw it to, I think that was Jahan Dotson. That wasn't Devontae Smith, and that could have been a pick six. And even the throw to AJ Brown was another like a little mini hitches, and they did that a lot, which is I don't know why they keep on trying to do these mini hitches that don't do nothing. Jalen Hurts holds onto the ball too long, and it didn't work out. But despite all that, and despite all the trolling that was taking place with the mishap saps, people slipping and not really getting any yards, and some like terrible plays, the Eagles still dominated this defense, and in part due to how the fact that Saquon Barkley is the best running back in football. And now he has the elite offensive line, and we saw what he can do as a receiving back and as a runner. Similar to what I said about the Ravens, their offense should they should use Derrick Henry much more in the offense to help make it easier for Lamar. That's what the Eagles did to make it easier for Jalen, despite him, some of the mishaps, some of the trolling, some the field not being great.
You and this troll.
They were able to dominate. So this is just the start. And despite everything that happened, Jalen still made some great plays to Devontae Smith. AJ Brown had that big touchdown, and Saquon Barkley went crazy. This is probably one of the worst performances we're going to see out of Jalen Hurts, and I think he played average. And they still scored 30-plus points on y'all after trolling, and you guys had 3 times in the red zone. You guys got the ball.
But it would be
amazing right there.
We're being honest. I do believe that Jalen Hurts definitely, not Jalen Hurts, but Jordan Love definitely going to capitalize on a lot of them turnovers that the team got for him. I wouldn't expect this Packers defense to play that well, but they played a damn good game. So shout out to them. But my biggest concern was that with the tools that the Eagles have, I just don't think Jalen Hurts capitalizes with them as much as possible. I will say that Jordan Love made some bad throws. I will say that he wasn't the best in the red zone, and I think they started to ride Josh Jacobs in the second half, and he started to turn up. But I also think that the Packers are still trying to figure out these receivers. There is no guaranteed number one. Like the Eagles got guaranteed players. Jahan Dotson was 10 touchdowns last year. We know Devontae Smith can be a number one on any team in the league. AJ Brown's solid game. Then you got Saquon Barkley, who just brings in a whole nother dimension, receiving touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, his ability to make something out of nothing, his leg power. But I just feel like if we're comparing the teams, that game was way too close to what it should have been, and it was mostly because of Jalen Hurts to me. I just feel like he makes a lot of bad decisions. And I feel like we don't – maybe because he's this – he cut the dreads. He became this clean-cut, light-skinned brother with the good fade that the women love, and he's on GQ magazines. But I do feel like we don't give Jalen Hurts as much flack as we give like a Lamar Jackson.
That's untrue.
We don't know. We'll see. I want to see tomorrow.
What do you mean we'll see? He just got a bunch of flack for being bad last season. How can you say
Lamar Jackson all day today? I want to see.
How can you say he's being put on a pedestal early?
You said what?
He's not put on a pedestal. He got trashed last season. Everybody was talking about how he's not that good last season. I don't understand how you're saying that he's getting put on a pedestal. I
also think that early, the reason why, even though I agree that Jalen Hurts doesn't get as much criticism as Lamar Jackson, it's because Lamar is considered a top 4, top 5 quarterback in the NFL. And right now, Jalen Hurts to a lot of people is like from 8 to like 13. So they're just not in the same stratosphere as quarterbacks. It'd be similar to Kyler Murray if he had a bad game as of right now.
Yeah, but also Jalen Hurts made it to the Super Bowl, and that matters. Like Lamar's playoff
He does get
success
that
is
leeway,
also
yeah.
worse. Like, and you could argue context all day, but that's really what it comes down to. Also, like,
Yeah, but Mike, fact of the matter is, nor Lamar nor Jordan Love has AJ Brown and Devontae Smith a receiver,
oh
nor do they
no,
have
I'm not.
Saquon Barkley in the backfield. So looking
I
bad like that, when you got
Lamar
guys that
has
take the
Derrick
attention off
Henry.
you,
okay,
like,
bro,
bruh,
but wait,
it really,
Hefe, he didn't
bruh,
play.
Derrick Henry is not going to equate to Saquon Barkley, AJ
Doug,
Brown, and Devontae Smith.
Mike, let him talk.
Doug, number one, how bad did he actually play? The first pick was
Bro,
a
he
bad
had 2
throw.
turnovers in the first half.
Listen, just listen.
The fumble from the snap is not his fault.
Yeah, the fumble from the snap is not his fault. Number one. Number two,
But the picks
first
were.
pick was a
You
bad
almost threw a
decision.
pick, literally.
Wait,
You almost
early,
threw a pick, literally, the play
Hold on.
before. Then you threw another pick the next
Wait,
play.
early.
Listen,
Bro,
John
but let me just get my point off, dog.
But Jordan Love had the same thing. He threw. She should have thrown.
Yeah, Jordan Love threw a terrible pick. That pick was horrible. Wait, can I just say my point? The first one, I'm not putting the full blame on Jalen Hurts. You shouldn't have called that play. That was a horrible play. Stupid play call from Kellen Moore. He gets 50% of the blame too. The second throw was bad, but all the way from that first pick, excluding the snap, which wasn't his fault, all the way down to that second pick, he was playing very well. And also, the thing why people really love Jalen Hurts is because not only he's shown that even when he makes turnovers, he can still win games, even when he's not playing the best. And you could say that that's like not necessarily doesn't matter, and that might be a frivolous thing to talk about.
And I give you all this team.
Listen, wait.
Wait,
no, but he won the game. No, but you guys.
No, he did.
No, he did not win the game, bro.
Won the game, to be honest.
Saquon Barkley won that game, bro.
They still won. No.
Saquon Barkley won that game. Saquon Barkley had
what?
what?
Hear this from you.
We're crazy.
I don't want to hear this from
They
you.
literally won a lack
you're
of
the
him,
guy.
dog.
Wait, early. Stop. Let me address Hefe, because you're the guy that talks about that Buccaneers game against the Chiefs and how Tom Brady won in that game when he didn't do shit. But don't act like that all of a sudden now.
He didn't throw touchdowns? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
That's BS.
He didn't throw touchdowns?
He still put them in a position to win. And also, this we
bro, you sound crazy. You're comparing Jalen Hurts to Brady now?
Hey, let's stay on topic. We only got an hour.
You're not making sense. I'm just saying that you're not making sense, and you're not holding your takes up to the same standard, because in similar situations where you guys have won, you're going to give them credit. Like, I don't understand that.
Think
and
this
also,
is what happened.
Bro, who was the 100-yard rusher in that game?
Talk about the conditions of the field.
I mean, Josh Jacobs had 80, and Emmanuel Wilson had 40.
And now it's a problem.
So.
Now
Saquon Barkley went nuts in that game, bro.
I'll say that. This
is what
I think me and Hefe are trying to say. Yes, they won the game. You're right. They won the game. But we're also saying that this team is so loaded that they won the game literally off of their talent on that team alone.
Exactly.
Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. If the role was reversed, Jordan Love does the exact same thing that with the Eagles, if not better. What I'm saying is that for a guy like Jalen Hurts to have the setup that he has, him getting 2 picks and literally almost throwing 2 picks, who are clearly bad decisions, that doesn't look good. And let's be honest, a lot of us didn't even think this game would be this close going against the Packers. The Packers. Wait, hold up, Mike. The Packers are
so why are you not holding the same standard for Jordan Love?
Mike, can I finish? The Packers did a damn good job of literally keeping the game close. A lot of misplays by Jordan Love, I will say, but we're not going to sit here and act like Jalen Hurts won them the game. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, hold on, Michael. So my issue with this is because I agree Saquon was the best player on the field.
Yeah, 100%.
But if we're gonna go down this line, then we would have if the Packers won, then we would have to say Jordan Love didn't win them that game at the same time. At the end of the day, even though I think Jalen Hurts had a lot of miscues, I think he played an average game. This game, people still had a lot of faith in the Packers. I mean, you said you had a lot of faith. You think the Packers can win the division. The Packers are seen as of right now as one of the better teams in the AFC for a reason. And yeah, the NFC, the same
do they
as the Eagles.
So do they beat the 49ers with what they played? Do they beat Detroit Lions with the way they played? That's my thing. Like
they almost beat the 49ers in the playoffs.
Other teams in this season that you're not going to beat with this type of play from Jalen Hurts.
That's what I'm saying. The Eagles in this situation, not only was Jalen Hurts making some miscues, but they were slipping on the field just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
They were a lot of trolling. That
defense was a little sus.
I don't think the defense was sus because they kept on stopping you in the red zone. So, with all that said, the defense is going to get better because they're still young. They're still learning how to work with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is trying to figure out his rhythm. Vic Fangio is trying to figure out the defensive players. Quinyon Mitchell is making some rookie mistakes, but he's still getting better. Zach Bond is a new player on the defense as well. So I don't even know if Devin White played. There's still a lot of
tell me if I'm being nasty, Riddell. You think with a couple more weapons, if they had a couple more weapons, they could have probably got a couple more touchdowns in the red zone?
Yeah, because if all you got to worry about is Christian Watson and Josh Jacobs, it makes it pretty easy, bro.
Josh Jacobs is not that guy. And two, the thing is, Jordan Love.
Whoa.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
What's the Josh Jacobs?
That's nasty.
There's a reason. Bro. There's a reason why you guys couldn't run the ball in the red zone.
But there's a reason why Josh Jacobs got 80 yards.
That's
Jacobs got 80 yards from 2 runs. Let's relax.
And it was 2 runs against that defense.
No, hold on, wait a minute. So we comparing the Packers O-line to the Eagles O-line?
The Packers don't have.
What is good as a back Saquon Barkley is?
Why are we comparing this? Why are we comparing their offensive lines? Why are we doing that?
Because you're saying that Josh Jacobs isn't that guy because their lack of getting touchdowns in the red zone. Are we not saying? Listen, let me get something clear. Saquon Barkley is Timothy, but him with his talent with that O-line, of course they're gonna get more touchdowns in the red zone. You think Josh Jacobs wouldn't look good behind that Eagles O-line?
I think he'll be all right.
Credit to the defense.
Oh, you tripping?
Josh Jacobs.
Oh, you tripping?
I was throwing a little bit, but I do think there's something to be said when Josh Jacobs had 2 big runs. Other than that, Josh Jacobs was struggling. He was.
He got 2 big runs.
A lot of your big runs was from Emmanuel Wilson getting 10 yards per carry. The fact that he wasn't in the game more says something because he was running through the same holes Josh Jacobs was, and it took all the way until the 3rd and 4th quarter for Josh Jacobs to break out. So if Josh Jacobs in the first half, when you guys were in the this is not nasty. This is talking about what happened in the game.
No, this is definitely disgusting, bro.
This is talking about what happened in the game.
I think you're being biased.
There's no bias here. So listen, when they tried to run the ball with Josh Jacobs in the red zone, the 3 times you guys were in the red zone and had amazing field position. You're getting 1 yard. You're getting 1 yard rushes.
So there was wide open holes on those drives, Riddell. There was wide open holes on those drives that you could have hit.
If Josh Jacobs does better in those red zone,
how is he going to do better when there's no holes?
There is holes. Emmanuel Wilson.
No, there wasn't.
So this is when you hold up, Mike. I'm gonna let you go, Mike. I'm gonna let you go. This is when you being real nasty, Riddell. Because in the red zone, this is another thing. In the red zone, we know more likely that they're going to run the ball with Josh Jacobs, which they can stack up more. You can't. First of all, with the Eagles O-line, Saquon Barkley, Brown, and Smith on the other side, and if we're running tricks, we're talking about dots in there. Of course, you're not going to have as much run stoppage in the red zone with Saquon Barkley and the Eagles because they have more weapons on the outside. Who do you fear on the Packers receiver core? Honestly, what's going to figure out who number 1 is?
Jaden Reed.
That's one guy.
Romeo Dobbs.
So that's why Jordan Love has
Christian Watson.
So you fear Romeo Dobbs?
Tavian Wicks. Tucker Kraft. Lucas Musgrave.
Jordan Love has already done that.
Hey, Riddell, chill, bro. Hey, chill, Riddell. Hey, chill, Riddell.
Early.
But he about to go over their whole roster. He about to go over the whole roster. He about to go over the whole roster.
It's crazy because I wish Brandon was here because he was actually saying Romeo Dobbs is number 1. What and Romeo Dobbs throughout the entire training camp.
And Romeo showed you the entire game why he ain't number 1.
Yes, exactly.
He dropped one pass, and it was a bad pass.
Hey, what was his stats on the game, Riddell?
Man, 4 receptions, 50 yards.
Oh man, I'm blown away.
Okay, like I don't know what that proves.
But what I'm saying,
what did we see with Romeo Dobbs?
This is what it proves. In all honesty, when
Romeo Dobbs is a good receiver, is he not? Is he not a good receiver?
But what comparing him to what you're saying? This is your point, though. Your point.
I'm not comparing him to
no. Your point is you're saying to me that Josh Jacobs isn't that guy. What you said first and foremost. Then you try to combat that by saying they couldn't run the ball in the red zone with Josh Jacobs. But you're basically saying like, oh well, but they got busy with Saquon Barkley again. When we're looking at a defensive lineup and an offensive lineup, and we're looking at AJ Brown, Pro Bowler, Devontae Smith, who's a number one who can beat number one coverage, and you have Saquon Barkley, you have to pick your poison. If we stack the box on Saquon, AJ Brown or Devontae Smith going to score a touchdown. So now we got to depend on our guys literally covering A gaps and B gaps and getting the job done. That's hard.
On Jordan Love to make those plays, Riddell, when they sack the box. And
so who's to blame that you guys weren't scoring the red? It was Jordan Love's fault.
It's Jordan Love. It's Jordan Love in the play calling. Half of those plays.
Bro, Christian Watson not dropped 2 touchdown passes in the end zone.
The run game not doing anything in the red zone has nothing to do with it.
But the Christian Watson not dropping touchdown.
So it's
has
all
nothing to
Josh
do with
Jacobs.
it.
Riddell, it is. It
Are we
does have nothing to do
serious?
with it. But Riddell, I'm serious. It's all Josh Jacobs' fault. It's not the offensive line's fault at all.
Josh Jacobs? I didn't say
that's your entire point, Riddell. What are you talking about?
I said that is part of the point. When it comes to the red zone, Josh Jacobs is an important piece to allowing the Jordan Love
wasn't that guy.
My biggest but if they're stacking the box, you have to connect the pass in the red zone.
I said 2 sentences.
I mean, he was a Giants player. We get that.
Wait, before you go.
Saquon is like that. But him having that O-line too with 2 number ones on the outside and another 2 on both teams at slot, it makes it easier for him.
Early. You're overreacting because I literally said 2 seconds after he said he's not that guy. I was trolling. I literally said that. Okay. Literally 2 seconds after. I was trolling. Yeah, but after I said I was trolling, I said, yeah, the run game wasn't getting no push. And that was a problem when you guys were in the red zone. But
are we blaming Josh Jacobs for that? Because he did the best. Even when that run wasn't getting as much push, he did the best he could. There were at least 2 or 3 plays where he was getting sacked in the backfield. Tackling the backfield, and he made something happen. Come on, man.
No. There was at least 2 plays where he got tackled by one person and had 1 yard. So, Josh Jacobs, I think is solid. You
comparing him to Saquon Barkley, you being nasty.
I'm not. You know who I'm comparing him to? You know who I am comparing him to, though? Aaron Jones. That's who I am comparing to.
Aaron Jones is not a better
Aaron Jones wouldn't even finish the game, bro.
Aaron Jones is not a better running back than Josh Jacobs.
How does
Aaron Jones wouldn't have finished the game?
How does Aaron Jones clear Josh Jacobs? That's ridiculous that you're saying. So where is Aaron Jones, a top 5 running back to you? What are we talking about?
No, he's a top 10 running back.
Okay, so Josh Jacobs isn't a top 10 running back?
Aaron Jones is mostly known for his pass catching. Are we being for real?
What?
Come on, bro. Why? Because he had 1 bad season on the Raiders when he literally had 2,000 total yards.
1 great season.
He had 2,000 total yards, and then he had multiple thousand yards. He had 1 bad season.
He had 1 great season.
Yeah, especially when Aaron Rodgers
was cool.
We're comparing the Packers offense.
Come on, bro. So the other years the Raiders were a good offense. Come on, bro. You're chatting, bro.
What?
You're chatting. So
why do you guys?
So you're acting like he had 1 great season.
Offense?
All right, I'm looking up the stats.
At least
because
repeat what I say. You guys.
Okay. So his rookie year, he has 242 attempts, 1,150 yards. Next year, he has 273 attempts, 1,069. Then he has 872 yards, which isn't a good season. Then he has 2,000 total yards.
Yeah,
and then
he had
last
1
year
great season and a bunch of cool seasons. Exactly what I just said.
You're not so 1,000-yard season. So 1,000-yard season in your first 2 years is cool.
Do this then, Mike. Do this for me,
Mike. He's
a
good running back. He's a top 15 running back.
Hold up, Mike. Go look up Saquon Barkley and his seasons.
Why? That's exactly what I'm saying.
Never lost faith in Saquon Barkley, even when he had seasons when he was hurt or he didn't have the production you would think. Why? Because
are we comparing him to
the Giants' offensive O-line, right?
Why are we comparing him to Saquon?
Because you're being disingenuous. You're acting like 2,000-yard seasons in your first 2 years isn't really good. Also, you're acting like 2,000.
Those Raiders
that's crazy.
Those Raiders team did not have as bad of an offensive line as the Giants.
Raiders wasn't a good offense.
Had a passing game. Those Raiders team had a passing game. They had a passing game. Did they not?
Riddell, you're acting like.
Did they not?
Riddell, you're acting like
the offense wasn't led by Josh Jacobs until they broke out.
Is bad.
Man, so you're saying Derek Carr is a good quarterback, Riddell?
Cool.
When he was on the Raiders, is he not?
Riddell, are you saying that Derek Carr was a good quarterback ever?
Yes. When he was on the Raiders, yes, he was a good quarterback.
Oh,
not when Josh Jacobs was there. He wasn't,
Bruh,
dude. One good
what?
season. He had a good
Dale,
season.
what's
I
going
don't think.
on, bro?
He's a mid packer.
Why are
Derek
you
Carr's not a
selling
good
right now?
quarterback now, bro. What are
Now
you
I
talking
know
about?
that I
There's
spoke
one
a lot
other
of
year
shit
he was good.
and,
Racing
and
for 500 yards. Stat padding.
fakely like talk good shit about Derek Carr, but Derek Carr was never really a good quarterback.
He was never a good quarterback? Oh my god.
I wouldn't say
Never.
it was ever the
Oh
guy.
my
I mean,
god.
when
bro.
is he?
What
When
are
is
we
he? When is
talking
he?
about?
Bro,
Dude,
do you remember the offense that he had?
Dude,
Bro,
he
y'all
literally.
killing me, bro.
No, you kill us, bro, because you're talking about
You
Josh
just said
Jacobs.
Derek Carr never had a good season on the Raiders.
No, that's just look. Not, let's not.
I didn't say that. I said he had one good
Let's not
season.
get
Why
He had
you
another
defending
This is
stat
what
pad
happens.
season where he had
Mo comes and
4,800
says
yards.
that, and you get distracted. At the end of the day is you're trying to make it seem as
Hefe just said he was never good, and then Mo said he never had a good season, and then Michael, I don't know what he's talking about.
But let's say this.
What do you mean?
Let's get back on
Oh
track.
my God, Riddell, this
So
is just
early.
a load of crap for
Derek
you, bro.
Carr,
This is a load of
was
shit,
Derek
bro.
Carr good on the Raiders?
Bro,
I remember
Derek
him having one
Carr.
good season.
Okay, Riddell, let me answer the question.
This
Derek
is
Carr.
crazy.
First of all, let me just say this.
Raiders.
Bro,
Wait, Mo,
me
stop.
saying that he
No,
was
no,
never
Mo,
that guy.
Mo, let me say this. Riddell, 2016, he was an MVP candidate. Okay, nice. And 2015, he was good. Then the only other year that I'm saying he was good in was the year where he had 4,800 yards. The rest of these years are fine, but like I don't understand. Like, was he a top 10 quarterback at that time?
Do you need to be top 10 to be? I'm done, bro. I'm moving on. No,
What do you
no,
mean?
I'm moving on.
No, because no, Riddell, because this whole
We gotta
point.
start talking
No, this
about the
whole.
game. We gotta start talking
All
about
right,
the game.
bro. No, because you
'Cause
just
I
got
don't know
cooked because
what
you
we're-
said
But
Josh.
I'm good for Riddell.
You're
In all
cooking me.
honesty,
Okay.
when I'm looking at Josh Jacobs, I'm looking at 242 attempts, almost 1,200 yards, 7 TDs. The following year, 273 attempts, almost 1,100 yards, 12 TDs. Then he had a bad
First
year
2
because
years in the league.
he missed 3
Yeah,
games
he
that
was
season.
cool.
Hold up.
Like I said,
Then
cool.
all
That's
pro
cool.
in 20.
That's
wait,
not
but
cool, Riddell.
all
That's
pro
better than cool.
in 2022,
Bullshit.
1,600 yards, led the league in rushing, right? Then he had a bad year last year, but he only played 12 games. So why is Josh Jacobs not that good of a bat?
And the Raiders were terrible.
Let me repeat again. I'm gonna make this very
Those
clear.
first 2 years aren't.
No,
cool,
Michael. I'm gonna
Those
make
are
this very
good-
clear.
those are
I'm gonna
good
make
years.
this very clear. I'm gonna make this very clear. What I said about Josh Jacobs is he had one great season and a lot of cool seasons. I think there were good seasons. Fine, if you want to play semantics because you're getting emotional. When it comes down to Josh
Well,
Jacobs,
you're
I already
semantics.
said
That's why I'm
he's
getting
a
emotional
top
because you're all semantics.
cool and
Riddell.
good are like the same word. Stop, relax. I said Josh Jacobs is a top 15 running back. So I do think he's a good running back. So I do. But we're talking about what happened in the game. And we got to be critical of what happened in the game. They were not getting any push in the red zone when it comes to the running game in the first 2 quarters. And then when that also the fact that Emmanuel Wilson came into the game and then they started cooking with their run game, where Emmanuel Wilson was getting like 10 plus yards a carry. He averaged 15 yards a carry the entire game. Then it finally in the third quarter, then Josh Jacobs started cooking. I was like, okay, Josh Jacobs, finally, you're here. You got to bring that up because in those first half, when you guys had the chance to put yourself up by like 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, you needed everybody on board. Jordan Love wasn't locked in. Josh Jacobs wasn't locked in. The only one who was locked in was Jaden Reed. So that's why I got to be critical of the entire Packers.
Jalen Hurts wasn't locked in.
But I'm talking about the Packers. I'm not talking about the Eagles.
You're saying,
I'm talking about the
that
Packers.
I mean, like, bro, that's easy to say. I can sit here and say this Saquon first 2. I can say Saquon first 2 carries, he went backwards. Like they wasn't getting pushed at the beginning of the game, and the Packers went with running backs by committee. That's how they was able to run the game better in the second half.
Wait, also, it's like I don't understand what you're saying because
like you literally explained it yourself, Riddell.
Wait, you're saying you're holding Josh Jacobs accountable.
Oh my God,
you're saying
bro.
you're saying you're holding Josh Jacobs accountable.
But everybody was slipping, bro.
So you're holding Josh Jacobs accountable, but then you don't talk about the O-line, and you literally talked about how the defense of the Eagles in the D-line was playing good. So then it all falls on Josh Jacobs? Like, what do you mean? It just doesn't make sense.
Is it because
I'm confused.
Is it because it's midnight that you didn't hear anything I just said? Is that
No, it's not midnight.
Because I
for me.
literally said
I heard
Josh
everything
Jacobs.
you said.
I said Josh Jacobs. I said Jordan Love. I said the only person on the offense that was cooking was Jaden Reed. What does that mean, Michael? That means I'm criticizing the entire offense besides one player. That's what that means. That's what that means right there.
Nah, but you didn't bring up the offensive line. You just brought up Josh Jacobs. You said,
I said the entire offense with Jaden Reed
in the red zone.
Sorry, I didn't specifically say the line, even though I just said the entire offense besides Jaden
I
Reed.
still don't see our
But
Aaron Jones.
we hear because we was talking about the line wasn't getting no
I still
pushback.
don't see it. No, because now this is what you do.
Well, the line
when you
was
get caught up in
pushing
something that
Emmanuel
people
Wilson was running.
disagree with, then you try to backpedal,
There's
and
no
act like you
backpedal
barely even
here,
said
bro.
anything. You know what you said? You said that Aaron Jones clears Josh Jacobs. That's BS.
No, I said Aaron Jones is better than Josh Jacobs.
But,
No,
but why do you say that?
How, bro?
Why do you honestly say that?
Oh, I think Aaron Jones is better at breaking tackle. I think he reads and explodes from the
All
hole
right.
way better than Josh Jacobs, personally, or better than Josh Jacobs. I won't say way better. He's a better receiving back than Josh Jacobs as well. So I think Aaron Jones is overall just better than Josh Jacobs.
So why do you think they got rid of Aaron Jones?
What about Aaron Jones makes him better than Josh Jacobs?
I just said what makes him y'all killing me.
I think, yeah, Mo, you didn't hear him. I think that he's a better receiving back to him. But we talk about reading. I think Josh Jacobs is a better running back. Like, when it comes to actually toting the rock, I'm taking Josh Jacobs over Aaron Jones any day of the week.
I just disagree. I think Aaron, from what I've seen at the very least, Aaron Jones makes his read quicker than Josh Jacobs. There was a lot of times in this game, especially when Josh Jacobs was in the first half. In the second half, I will give it Josh Jacobs was reading it a little bit faster. But in the first half, he was a little bit hesitant sometimes and didn't read it as quickly.
But do you think that
Josh
you
Jacobs
think
is
that
still
Josh
a good
Jacobs
running back?
You think that Aaron Jones?
You know they played against a nice defense.
Do you think that Aaron
right?
Jones' productivity might have came from the fact that he played with Aaron Rodgers for a couple of years too? With Devontae Adams?
He played with Jordan Love last year, and he went absolutely nuts against the Cowboys.
That's one game though.
He played good all year. It's just he had injuries. Now, if you want to say Josh Jacobs is better because of injuries,
he's always had injuries.
No,
There's never a season that he doesn't have injuries.
I give you that. There's a reason why the Packers didn't want to pay Aaron Jones, and it might be because he's always injured, which I'll give you. Absolutely. But I mean, I don't even want to stick on just like Josh Jacobs, even though we kind of get down that road. Because the Packers offense in general, there is a little bit. There were some really good plays, especially with Jaden Reed, because he's the best receiver on the team. But I feel like there's really not much to worry about because overall I did think they played well, except in the red zone. But obviously, if Jordan Love is injured, y'all are kind of cooked. I'm not gonna lie, y'all are a bit cooked. So.
I think although they won, I don't know why we don't think that the Packers the Eagles could be cooked too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I definitely think the Eagles is cooked.
The Packers are cooked. I said they're only cooked.
No.
I'm talking about the
Eagles. I'm talking about there were no injuries for the Eagles. And it's
talk about overreaction.
The Eagles still played well.
We're acting like the Eagles are cooked because of one game where they won.
I'm not saying the Eagles are cooked because of one game.
Well, say I don't know. Say I don't know football. Say you don't say I don't know football though. But you know what though?
Why, Mo? Because I don't
Eagles,
say. Mo, do you sound how dumb? Do you realize how dumb that sounds?
Let Mo finish. Let Mo finish. What were you about to say?
I mean, he just said I don't know football because I said I believe in the Eagles.
Listen,
that just sounds
I'm making
stupid.
a point. I'm making a
Let
point.
him talk, Michael.
Because I wasn't even saying you specifically even said anything. But what I'm saying to you is I think that the Eagles have a lot to work on as far as their quarterback situation. Jalen Hurts has things to work on. You're not going to tell me there was damn near 3 missed turnovers.
So how do you think Jordan Love played, Mo?
Jordan Love was the underdog in the situation. He doesn't
I'm asking a question. How did Jordan Love play?
Mike,
Jordan Love played he had a horrible throw.
Mike, who do you think played better in today's game between Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts?
It was like that. Jordan Love barely played better, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on. Let's get Mike answer first. Mike, what do you think, Mike?
You won't let me answer. I'm literally saying it's the same, bro. Jordan Love had a lot of missed throws. He had a terrible.
But it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
Jalen Hurts had 2, but he won.
So do you say? But we just want his answer. So Riddell, you say Jordan Love played slightly better, and Mike, you say it's the same, right?
Yes.
Right. Who do you think has the better team and the better weapons?
Obviously, the Eagles.
So if a player plays the same as a guy who has less than them, doesn't that mean that player played pretty bad?
Context matters.
Doesn't that play bad? You said what?
I said context matters, and the fact that Jordan Love had multiple chances to seal the game, and he didn't, like against the Niners. He had multiple chances to seal the game, and he didn't
He had multiple chances to seal the game.
Bro,
but let's be honest, Jalen Hurts had multiple chances.
Bro, he had a whole brother. Kicker also missed the kick too, bro. Like it was.
If it wasn't for Blankenship's pick, they lose this game. Come on, man. They still could have won. Got this weird thing y'all do where y'all don't try to
you just have Jordan Love. You don't want to keep it real, bro. That's the reality,
At
bro.
the end of the day, if it wasn't for the Eagles,
nah, Mike, you not keeping it real, bro.
By saying that Jordan Love didn't play the way he should play, I think he missed some throws. But if we're being honest, Mike, if we're being all the way honest, if it wasn't for the Packers stopping them in the red zone, the Eagles stopping the Packers in the red zone time after time and getting turnovers at the right time, dog.
So whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Early, whose fault is that?
And we say, hey,
Early,
man,
whose fault is that?
Jalen Hurts almost
Early, whose fault is that?
Come on, man.
Early, whose fault is that for getting stopped in the red zone and turnovers? Whose fault is that? It's Jordan Love's fault, Early.
His team was that much better, Michael. That's all it was.
It's Jordan Love's fault.
Well,
the stuff that you said is Jordan Love's fault.
But even if we go down,
but Riddell, if they lose this game, who do we blame, Riddell? If they lost this game, who do we blame?
It's on Jalen Hurts if they lost.
Sure. But okay, Early, I get what you're trying to say, and if you want to make this, if you want to put all this to trying to prove your case that Jordan Love is better than Jalen Hurts, fine. I don't really care. As of right now, all those quarterbacks are relatively in the same tier. So I personally don't care who you think is better.
I'm saying we need to be worried about Jalen Hurts. Y'all acting like we don't need to be worried about Jalen Hurts. We do.
No,
we don't. Same mistakes he was making last year with better weapons.
No, this was one game.
God damn, that's the quarterback gets so much. No, the Eagles have literally opened their checkbook year after year since that boy got paid. Y'all still get all the excuses, man.
I'm gonna say this: if they were in a situation,
we're still being critical of Jalen Hurts,
where they were playing a top contending defense. If they were in a situation where they were playing a top contending defense and he pulled the shit that he pulled, they would have lost badly. That means that they are nowhere near in the topic when it comes to playoffs or championship tier teams.
Oh my God!
Listen.
No.
You can say what
that. No, so Mo, you
yes,
I
please.
don't see them winning the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts.
Does Mo think the Eagles are making the playoffs?
Who do you think is winning? But most of us think the AFC is going to win the Super Bowl. Out of the NFC teams,
they could if Jalen Hurts didn't make the decisions that he made.
No, Mo, do you think the Eagles make the playoffs after what you saw today? Which is crazy because you guys are overreacting already.
If they continue to play when they get played, I say first round max. First round max. Yeah.
I agree with Michael.
We got to wait to see them play. But from what I know, I don't really see my biggest concern with Jalen Hurts.
We talked about the conditions in the chat all day, dude.
But okay, I have a lot of issues. You guys are
no. I wouldn't be tripping if this. I wouldn't be tripping if they played like this the first game. But they played like this the first game, and this is how they ended the season last year, guys. This is the same team, and this is the same way they ended the season last year. So if they didn't end the season like this last year, it's cool. Let them warm up. They'll get started. But this is how they ended the season last year, and they look no different. And they lost pieces. They lost pieces.
I completely disagree with this notion. I have a lot of issue with what you're saying because last year, in the first half of the season, Jalen Hurts had to put the offense on his back because this offense was extremely inefficient with terrible play calling because we know Brian Johnson was a terrible play caller. And then the second half of the season with a terrible play caller and a trash defense objectively, especially the secondary, they fell apart in the second half. Sure, we had that version of Jalen Hurts. So half of it was good, other half was not so good. This year, even though we also have a recipe of Jalen Hurts being absolutely amazing, MVP level, and playing amazing in the playoffs, this year we see Jalen Hurts with this new team, new play calling, new center, which is why he made a mistake, of course, in the game, new defensive play calling. There's a lot of new on this team. And yes, he's made some mistakes, but the offense has a lot more variety. The way they're doing a little bit more option with Saquon Barkley. Now they have a legit running game because Saquon Barkley clears DeAndre Swift. And now they're being more creative with their play game to allow A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to get open. So they were testing a lot of stuff out, which is why the Packers, who have a good defense and an elite secondary, let's be very clear, an elite secondary, they were able to tear them apart.
An elite secondary.
They were still –
Yo, check the super chat, bruh. Check the super chat. Stop overhyping these running QBs, bro. Stop overhyping these running QBs. He's overhyped, bro. He's definitely overhyped. He missed a lot of passes. You could, if you just look at the way that Jalen Hurts processed on the field compared to how Jordan Love processed on the field. It was two different quarterbacks. It was two different quarterbacks. One guy. Let me finish. Hold on. Jalen Hurts has guys. While Jordan Love is making guys. It's a difference, bro. It's a difference.
You guys are literally you guys are being dude. You guys are being so hypocritical because you're literally the same stuff that you're knocking on Jalen Hurts. Oh, we're not holding him accountable. You're not holding Jordan Love accountable because you want Jordan Love to be this guy because you guys have your entire credibility riding on him early being a top 5 quarterback. So when he makes mistakes, you don't want to point it out. When he made multiple mistakes in this game,
we can say Mike,
and he could have won the game, bro.
Mistakes.
Like it's BS, dude.
We can say they both made mistakes, but one player has the much better team. How about that?
All right, but how long is that excuse going to happen? How long are we using that excuse for? Like, is it going to be 2 seasons, 5 seasons? Like, you're going to use this excuse until the wheels fall off. And you can use it all you want, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. The fact is the Packers lost the game.
Yeah, also, we also have to take into consideration.
The
Packers do have a good team. They do not have a garbage team. They don't have a mid team. They have a good team.
But the Eagles have an elite team. Eagles have an elite team. Yes or no?
I agree. The Eagles team is better, but let's always put things in perspective because we're based on framing. It's like the Packers have nobody. The Packers have a really good team. So with that said, they also have an amazing play caller and an amazing coach in Matt LaFleur. A lot of the plays that was happening for Jordan Love throughout this game, these guys were open, and Jordan Love was missing him. So you could say all you want about he reads well, whatever. He reads well and throws a bad pass. Then what are we doing? If we're going to be hypercritical on Jalen Hurts, then you have to be hypercritical on the guy that reads.
It's easy to say it look like a bad pass when he's not throwing to AJ Brown.
Let me ask you a question.
People are open.
Are you going to see somebody? Are you going to see somebody like Brock Purdy? Are you going to see someone like Matthew Stafford? Are you going to see somebody like that throw almost 3 interceptions in one drive?
Brock Purdy, yes.
Do something like that?
You said Brock Purdy. I'm going to say yes. Absolutely.
Come on, bro.
Yes, absolutely. Jalen Hurts had a bad game. We all agree. The Prodigy. I'm glad you're sending the super chat. Yeah. We all agree. Everybody up here agrees that he did not have the greatest game. I specifically said he was trolling this game. But to think that this is going to be who Jalen Hurts is all year, are we serious?
But right there, let's just say he has another 3 games, 4 games like this. You think somebody's not going to – come on, man.
So your expectation is Jalen Hurts is going to do this
my expectations is that I can't judge whether he would be a good quarterback or not.
Yeah. So what if Jordan Love has another 6-game stretch of horrible? You guys.
I mean, but guess what? Jordan Love is hurt right now, so he can't. There's nothing you can really say about Jordan Love right now.
Mute point. That doesn't mean anything, injury, bro. Obviously, it's a mute point.
So basically, what y'all saying is that the Green Bay Packers defense is as good as Philly's. The Green Bay Packers. So y'all basically saying
the Packers have a better defense than Philly.
Yeah, the Packers have a better defense.
So what is what are y'all defending? What are you guys defending?
What are you talking?
It's not about the defense. They have a better team.
No, I know. Because we must be forgetting that Jordan Love was playing against a front 7 with all first-round picks.
Here we go.
What?
Right. Like we gonna act like Jordan Love wasn't playing against better competition with less.
No,
that's BS,
right?
dog.
Defense clears the
Packers
Eagles
defense is better.
Let's relax.
Dude,
Let's
this is what's crazy. You guys will do anything to make your quarterback look better because you're acting like Jair
You're not. You're acting like bro. You're literally crying out because you want Jalen Hurts to be good so bad. No, you shut up. You shut up.
Bro, what is
wrong with you?
My fucking point. The fact that you have three.
Go ahead, Skip. Go ahead, Skip.
Relax.
Crash.
Relax.
Hey, evil Trent. Why don't you shut up, evil Trent? All right. No, you have 3 Pro Bowlers on Green Bay. 3.
We have 2 crash outs.
Okay, I can't, bro. I can't do this, bro. I can't do this.
Oh,
nah, that had me dead, bro. All right, my bad.
I have a question for you, Hefe and Mo, and I feel like I already know Early's answer, but Early too, because I'm not defending Jalen Hurts, but I am saying it's week 1. I don't expect this to be Jalen Hurts similar with Jordan Love. I'm keeping the same energy for both because both of them played pretty meh. Both of them.
No, Rodell.
So, with that said, because you guys are making it sound like this is going to be who Jalen Hurts is. God. Do we have more examples of Jalen Hurts being great compared to Jordan Love or not?
Here's my rebuttal to that. Is Jalen Hurts going to play better competition than he played this week or worse?
Is Packers not one of the better teams in the NFL or not?
Better offense, not defense. Come on, Riddell. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Packers don't have a great defense?
What was their defense ranked last year, Riddell?
I don't know, but they have gotten better this year.
You don't know, but you shouldn't have been riding for them like you know. I thought you was going to surprise me with some knowledge.
They replaced their defensive coordinator, who was pretty meh last year. Jair Alexander is one of the best corners in football. Xavier McKinney is one of the best safeties in football.
And Jair Alexander didn't have a pick all last year. That's how good their defense was.
In the playoffs.
I'm talking about regular season, Riddell.
So we're being extremist. Since we're being so extremist here. Wait, since we're being so extremist here, what happens if the Packers don't make the playoffs? What's going to be the excuses then? Because I am honestly, I don't pray on Jordan Love's downfall, but I want to see you guys talk your way out of that. The way that you guys were hyping him up, especially, and then now we're caping because they don't have talent. If they don't make the playoffs, I don't want to hear this no talent.
I don't really, bro.
What happens if Philly doesn't make the playoffs? That's what you're not asking.
Listen, if you don't
I don't like how you guys aren't holding him accountable early. I don't like how people. I don't like how you're holding.
But we're not going to act like the Eagles are Super Bowl contenders. And
we're
not going to act like the Eagles team wasn't literally built to make sure that they win right now.
We're
not going to go to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and we're now also not going to act like Jordan Love didn't play good with a better team. Okay, you keep going back to Jordan Love. We get it. He had a bad. To me, he didn't have a bad game, but he made a lot of throws he didn't make that he normally makes. You damn right. But dog, we're not going to sit here and act like Jalen Hurts didn't play bad when everything was put for him to be good.
We agree.
So Jalen Hurts didn't make throws.
Bro, Jalen Hurts should have damn near had a perfect game.
Throws that he didn't make today. What? He's making plenty of those throws. That's what you can use. No,
damn near. I'm not gonna say a perfect game. I'm talking about damn near. I'm talking about at least around like nine missed catches, missed throws, around 300 yards. That's what he should have had tonight.
I just feel like ain't no way you play teams like this. Ain't no
Bro, you guys are the nastiest people.
The Packers are not a bad team.
Oh my
God!
No way
to me, you have a team built like this around you, and you have close games like this.
All right, I don't even care about the Hurts thing, but Mo with the he would have had this. Like, who uses that argument? That's a BS argument.
Mike, do you not? Mike, can I ask you something, Mike? Can I ask you something?
Come on, Mo.
Mike, can I ask you something? Something, Mike? Would you agree that the Eagles are a really good fucking team right now?
Yes.
I mean they're a really good team.
Yeah. I agree
Okay. So would you say that right now Green Bay is good enough to not only make it to the first round playoffs or maybe make it to the second round playoffs?
Yeah,
they're good enough to make the conference championship.
100%.
You think
Green Bay they're top 7 in the NFC. They're damn near top 5 in the NFC. So yes.
Yeah, I agree. The Packers, we realized the Packers could have beat the 49ers in the playoffs last year.
They were a play away.
They choked. That's what happened.
I don't even care about that. I don't even care about Jordan Love choking. I like Jordan Love, but I don't like how you're going to shit on Jalen Hurts for this game and act like that. You did the same thing with Lamar yesterday. It's like, oh, this is what they're going to be.
But Lamar,
wait. No, you don't let me finish. No. It's like, oh, this is what it's going to be the whole season. There's no way that they're going to improve. It's not.
We are not comparing Jalen Hurts to Lamar. Lamar. Like, dog, Lamar. Let's be clear, dog. It's not even close.
The same logic.
It's not even close. That's one. Two.
That logic not used yesterday. That logic was used yesterday.
Mike, name a team that has a better supporting cast around their quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
49ers.
You're lying. Let's run through it then. Let's run through it.
Oh
Who has the better online, Riddell?
Offensive line.
Come on, bro. You
No, Mo, stop. Let him just talk.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Are we counting defense?
Who has the better O-line? What are we talking about? We're going to order. Who has the better O-line? Please stop it. Who has the better O-line?
I said Eagles already.
Cool. Who has the better tight end?
49ers.
Who has the better receiving core?
Eagles.
Who has the better running back? You know it.
They're both tier 1, man.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate the Eagles defense?
6.5.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate the 49ers defense?
8.5, 9.
7.5.
No, 8.5 or 9.
I'm with Mike on the 7.5 only because I'm looking at, I don't know, corner wise on the other end. I don't know. Safety wise, not too bad. Linebacker core is really very great. D line, other than Bosa, it's the reason why they went and got Chase Young last year. They ain't the greatest D line neither. So when I'm looking at team wise, who has the better team?
The 49ers Eagles are literally right next to each other.
I think it's the same.
I probably oh my God! All right, man.
It's
No. If we're being honest right now, it is absolutely, and you could argue the 49ers are better because their coaching clears the Eagles coaching. So,
and I swear to God, Riddell, I swear to God, if Brock Purdy comes out and has a similar game, if Brock Purdy has a similar game to Jalen Hurts, I better hear the same energy from Early, Hefe, and Mo. I'm done with this. If Brock Purdy throws 2 picks, you better keep the same energy.
Can we come back? Can we come back?
I'm done with this,
bro. Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
But Michael, you guys have gone on over and over again about how Brock Purdy ain't the guy. Any decent quarterback can do what he do, right? Ain't that what we do? Do we do the same thing with Jalen Hurts? Do we say that so many other quarterbacks will look way better in the offense than Jalen Hurts? Do we do that honestly? No. We don't do that.
The only reason why
you know how much I like Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence destroys with that Eagles team. Josh Hurts destroys with that Eagles team. No one else does that though. We can't wait to say Brock Purdy's mean as fuck and his team just looks good.
Trevor Lawrence, bro, Early, the same. Wait,
y'all ready for Brock Purdy to be to suck? So when you say that, y'all want Brock Purdy to suck. You don't believe Brock Purdy anyway.
But
if you have a game that bad,
listen.
Wait, the same stuff that Trevor Lawrence does for mistakes was the same things that Jalen Hurts did today. That's the same.
All right, let's not
team ain't even close. Get them together, Riddell.
Let's not dive into that. My thing is, this is similar to a Josh Allen and Joe Burrow logic to an extent. The reason why Jalen Hurts gets the benefit of the doubt, and the reason why I give him the benefit of the doubt, is because I care about the playoffs. I do. I absolutely do. And at the end of the day, what we all recognize is when you have historic games against the GOAT, you are given the benefit of the doubt, which is why Josh Allen gets that, because that game against the Chiefs was crazy. And Jalen Hurts had a perfect game against
what does Josh Allen do with this team? Marley,
is better.
You can say I'm Chad Marley, but Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
Okay. But
Oh my God.
Jalen
No,
Hurts.
you're chatting.
Jalen Hurts in that season was really good in his MVP year. He would have won MVP. The thing is with Jalen Hurts is if he didn't have that spectacular Super Bowl game where he was near perfect, if that didn't happen, people would shit on him more like Brock Purdy. I guarantee. But he did.
Exactly.
If Brock Purdy had the game Jalen Hurts would, he would be stamped. He would absolutely be stamped. 100%. So it's
but
like
we don't talk about the fact that Brock Purdy had so many games that led that team to get to Super Bowl. We'll talk about that. Also, who's the better quarterback?
But he was mid until the final.
Who's the better quarterback, Riddell? Trevor Lawrence or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts. It's not.
You only saying that. You are literally only saying that because his team is better, dog. You're
Bro,
literally.
it's gonna be hilarious when Trevor Lawrence go crazy this year. It's gonna be hilarious when Trevor Lawrence go crazy this year, bro.
This is how I'll answer this question. I think Trevor Lawrence, once he hits his ceiling, he'd be one of the elite quarterbacks in football. Absolutely. Until then, I have to, by default, I have to give Jalen Hurts the
What do we think? Right now, let's just play a game. Let's play a game. You drop Justin Herbert in today's game. How much did they beat the Packers by?
The Packers.
You dropped Jalen Hurts. I mean, Justin Herbert on the Eagles team today. How many points did they beat the Packers by?
By 2, maybe 3 touchdowns.
You dropped Matthew Stafford on this team, on the Eagles team. How much did they beat the Packers by?
Like 2 touchdowns.
You dropped Trevor Lawrence on this Eagles team. How much did they beat the Packers by?
They're not beating them.
One touchdown.
They're not beating them.
My thing is though, like
they're not beating them.
I feel like we all know that Jalen Hurts didn't have a great game though. So
no. Let's admit Jalen Hurts isn't that good of a quarterback.
Oh no,
I'm
not doing
Is he top 10?
Is
he top 10?
No,
Is he top 10?
Nasty.
He's borderline.
He's
around
what you
there.
did with Lamar yesterday.
Around there. Yes.
No, this is what you do. Early, you are
top 10,
overreacting over one game. You're acting like this game is going to be how
Mike,
he
we're
plays
only
the
coming to
entire
conclusion because he
season.
was bad last year.
BS, Early.
We're coming to conclusion because he was 23
they
15
fell apart last
He
year.
was not
What
bad
about
last
the
year,
games
that's
before that? What
Thank
about
you,
the season
Easy.
before that?
First ain't
You're
that
talking
dude.
about 6 games.
He's not bad.
You're talking
He
about
wasn't
6
bad.
games. Early, stop posting
as much
comments.
as I give Lamar Jackson a
Early
hard
is
time,
the
Mike,
funniest
and
dude.
because I really believe in him, all jokes aside, like, because I want him to be better. But let's be honest, dog. If Lamar Jackson had the offensive teams that Jalen Hurts has had, like, dog, this Eagles team has entered the checkbook for this dude. Blank check.
I know. I'm not saying that you think that they're the same player. I'm saying that you're saying that these guys are going to be playing the exact same the whole year. That how they play today is who they are. And that's not true, bro. It's
So what makes you think they're not?
Season,
Tell
really.
me, from what you said the last year or two, what makes they not, Michael?
Hold on. I'm actually about
what
to
has
sneeze.
Hurt showed you?
Oh, okay.
Right.
No. So you take the last 6
for the
games,
Super Chat.
and that's the only thing you're looking at. When literally the previous 24 games, he was on a all-time stretch, bro. He had a MVP like 16 games, and then he had a great 8 games, and then they fell apart with horrible play calling. And all of you guys are acting like it was all Jalen Hurts' fault. That's BS, bro.
But it's
I don't like that, bro. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Jalen
I don't
Hurts'
think that's
fault.
true, bro.
But
Harsh.
Mike, did we not see highlights of guys running down the field wide open, waving their hand?
We saw that with Jordan Love too.
If you watch the game, it's footage of these guys running around the field and waving their hands wide open.
Because we're shitting on Jalen.
I don't even know what Mo's talking about.
Hold on. Let me read
Someone
this.
in chat explain to me Mo's point.
Let me read this.
You said.
Hold on. Prodigy said $2. Appreciate you, Prodigy, for sending up. If anybody else wants to send super chats to make sure we get them read off, I will mute every single dude up here to read off your super chat.
Most definitely.
Shout out Prodigy, man.
So he said Hurts and Lawrence ain't even better than Tua. I mean, I'm not going that far, bro. But shout out Prodigy, man. Shout out Prodigy. We got 2 minutes left. So final thoughts regarding the game. and our expectations for both teams moving forward. We'll start off with Hefe.
I like what I saw out of Jordan Love, bro. I like what I saw out of Jordan Love. I think they're gonna be in a playoff race. I think they look pretty solid. They can only get better from here. And as for the Eagles, I'm concerned. I've seen a lot of things that has me concerned. Like a lot of things that shouldn't be a gap right now, there's still a gap right now. Like it's an issue. And that's it for me.
All right, Michael.
I don't know, man. I think Saquon is gonna get. I think Saquon could flirt with 2,000 total yards this year. I mean, I expect the Eagles to do better. I mean, Jalen Hurts struggled today, and you were still able to have a decent run game. Your run game was really solid. I mean, he still made a couple throws, and I think if the Packers really want to make the playoffs with the team that they have, I mean, Jordan Love's gonna have to play better than that, and I think he will because I really do feel like the conditions was partially why he was missing some throws, and I feel like that was a big part of both sides. So I'm actually pretty high on both teams. I feel like they'll both be fine.
All right, Mo.
I think Jordan Love is I think he's built for this, and I think Jordan Love is really good. I've seen a lot more. I think he can do a lot. He's capable of a lot more. I like Jordan Love tonight. I think I'm worried about Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts has a lot to work on as a quarterback still, and it's been a long time. So I think he needs to get to working.
All right, I'll go, and then early you will go, and then wrap up the show. For me, when it comes to this game, I think Jalen Hurts and Jordan Love played pretty meh for their standards, being like really great quarterbacks to elite quarterbacks. I thought overall it was pretty meh for what they've done. Some really trolly plays from Jalen Hurts that was just blatantly bad. I'm like, what are you doing? And then obviously some plays where Jalen Hurts was making the right read, was making the right throw, and using the read option very well and the RPOs very well. Jordan Love obviously has the arm talent, makes all the throws. A lot of this time when he was getting pressured, or even when he wasn't getting pressured, he was making some pretty bad throws, which was pretty awkward. They were pretty inaccurate, just throwing it to the dirt sometimes, just throwing it over, maybe too behind. Very irregular for Jordan Love, so maybe he's got to get the yips, and then he'll start getting a little bit more comfortable. Overall, we'll have to see what the Packers are going to do. I think my issue with the Packers, especially in the beginning of the game too, was like they had Dontavian Wicks starting over Jaden Reed. I don't know what they were thinking about with that. Jaden Reed's the best receiver on this team, so start him. And last thing I'll say about the Eagles and the Packers, I do think they both had some really good defensive possessions overall. I just think the Packers and Eagles offense was too good. Like offense beats a good defense every single time, and I think that's just what the case was this game. Similar to my criticism with the Ravens, with Lamar and Derrick Henry and Derrick Henry's utilage, if Jalen Hurts is not an elite passer, if they make the offense where Saquon Barkley is a huge focus, they can still win a Super Bowl, in my opinion. Because when you have someone as special as a Saquon, and when you have someone as special as a Derrick Henry, they need to be huge focuses on offense to make the quarterback's life easier. Similar to Lamar, even though I do think he's comfortably better than Jalen Hurts, if they don't need to be elite passers because they can make a lot of throws. They obviously can run with their legs better than most quarterbacks. But if they allow that run game to make their life easier, they will be a dangerous team, and a dangerous team that can make any defense in the NFL scared because Saquon and Derrick Henry are that good. So this game showed exactly what I was talking about, that the Ravens should have done against the Chiefs with Derrick Henry. And it also proves my
point. But let's be real.
That proves my point.
Derrick Henry, Saquon. Saquon is really good, dog.
Saquon Barkley.
They gave Saquon Barkley a top 3 line. Oh my god. I don't know what the NFL is doing. It should have been beat up.
I'm glad you're saying all this, because my final statement, Saquon Barkley, I've been saying it for a while now, is the best running back in football. He's gonna prove it this year. And I feel like I should have said this. Maybe I didn't. If I didn't, I'm going to say it now. Saquon Barkley, offensive player of the year, for sure. Hey man, maybe that MVP. Who knows? But Saquon Barkley,
Yeah,
not
if he doing this, I gotta be honest with you, man. As long as he stay healthy, he will listen, dog. At the end of the day, I just feel like there's so many quarterbacks you can put in her spot. But I'll be honest with you, man. Saquon Barkley can be that guy to really. Oh man, this could be a 1,500 to 2,000 yard season for Saquon, dog. Like if they just ride him the way they supposed to, this can get real ugly real fast, man.
Pause.
Honestly, dog. If Jalen Hurts plays any better, they're gonna blow teams out completely.
Facts. Also, shout out Jordan Love, man. I don't know what injury he has, but that'll be tough if they lose him for the entire season. Because Malik Willis, not it at all.
He shouldn't even be playing.
I definitely see Jordan Love suiting up again next week, bro.
But I think also they got to figure out who they got to get something going with these running backs, man. It's with these receivers, man. Like it's a problem. It's a problem, honestly. Like Jalen Reed is a great guy, but Wicks and Dobbs, I don't know. He needs them to show up, though. I know that much. He needs them to absolutely show up.
To be fair to Wicks, though, like there was a few, even like the throws to Wicks were pretty bad because they were like, it did touch his hands, but they were behind, and he was slipping a little bit. He was slipping quite a bit, like everybody else. So I'll give Wicks the benefit of the doubt. I think Wicks's drops are less of an issue compared to Dobbs. I think Dobbs' drops are a little bit worse. So I'm still fine with Wicks, but Dobbs, I don't know. I was never big on Dobbs. Jaden Weed has always been my guy. So look here, man. But anything else?
Yeah, Dobbs is like that. Dobbs is like that.
No, I don't think so. Other than that, man, I hope that Jordan Love is healthy. I hope he's okay. Eagles have to ride Jalen Hurts. I just don't believe in him, dog. And I think we're going to look back on this time and we're going to say that there were a lot of guys that he could have been better, or not could have been better. But we're going to say there's a lot of guys that would have did more with this team. And I just don't believe they'll ever win the championship with Jalen Hurts, a quarterback. I think he's digressed. And I think that one of the biggest problems with me is his processing of the football field. And I feel like he's been playing too long and has too much around him to make the mistakes he's made.
Thank you.
Just to be honest, he throws the guy, like, it's throws that he makes where you go, what are you trying to do? Like, you trying to throw the Jack Alexander? Like, you literally almost threw a pick one play, and the very next play you threw a pick. It's like, Jalen Hurts makes too many risky plays to be a guy who, and he doesn't have. Here's the thing that we don't talk about. His speed and his ability to run with the ball isn't as good as Lamar Jackson. Like, so it's like
he does look like he got slower.
Don't it look like he got slower?
Yeah, it does.
So I'm worried about the Eagles team simply because Jalen Hurts. But other than that, man, great first two games so far. Can't wait to see what Sunday looks like.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Sunday should be a lot of great games. So far for predictions, I'm 2 for 2. Early, what's your record?
No, well, I did go with the Eagles, so I'm 1-1. I did go with the Eagles.
You actually did. So.
I went with the Eagles. I thought it'd be more. I thought it'd be about like 10 or so, but I went with the Eagles. I appreciate you guys showing up, talking about you guys in the chat, and also my guys up here, Hefe, Michael Baldini, Mo, Riddell, and myself. As always, I know to get y'all football. We will see y'all this Saturday and Sunday. We'll do an hour afterwards. Thank you guys for showing up. More super chats, more love as we grow this channel. And as always, we love y'all. And we out this month.